Well, it's clear that I've messed up. Well, I had a tip off from one of my subscribers about a possibility of another grave not far from the Canning Mills grave. I'm going to go and have a hunt for it. I'm not sure I'm going to find it, but I did find something else on Google Earth yesterday, and it's another contour channel going to a different dam. Well, it's actually not a contour channel, it's just a channel. Let's go and find that. One of the issues we have living in the hills area where there's a lot of bush is that the various cities make it difficult to take stuff to the rubbish tip. They charge a huge amount of money, and I know they've got to get rid of it, but this is what happens. People who don't want to go to the rubbish tip and pay the city the money just simply dump it in the bush, and it costs more money to clean it up. Just going to head off into the bush a little bit, and I should get to the old Timberon Track. It's just down there a little bit. Once again, keeping an eye out for snakes. Someone posted on Facebook yesterday their dog trod on a death adder yesterday. I don't want to be like that dog, having to go to the vet. Right, this is the old pathway of the rubber line. I think now it's probably used by one of the carriers for fibre optic cable that's buried below. So we've got one fibre optic cable marker there, another one over there, and someone got angry with this one and it's just left lying on the ground. So some time ago I did walk part of this channel up to where there's a sort of dam type of thing, and I stopped around about here. What I didn't realise is that it actually connects across the road, goes through there, and I believe it goes into another channel over there, and that's what I'm going to follow today. This is the rower line that goes across there. At one stage there would have been a bridge here. This is Monday Brook, and it goes across Canning Road to my right. The bridge is gone. There is one old timber down there. I'm going to keep heading because I think the contour channel, the channel is over that side of the road. Youch! And I'm standing in fucking ants and they've got up my pants. Just crossed over the road and there's the channel. Now I've got to make a decision whether I go down in there or try to scrabble through the bush. Well, in it now. Grab a spider remover. This is the reason why I don't like going into these channels. I find them hard to get out of these days with my crook knees. What used to be friggin' easy years ago is not so easy now. Oh look, there is a bit of a track here. This channel doesn't appear to be as well made as the contour channel. The banks just look like they're compressed gravel, but they're nice and clean, and it looks like it would still carry water pretty well. Small field of little flowers still blooming. Whew. Probably end up with some ticks on me after this. I have been walking through the scrub for a little bit, and I've come across this innocuous pile of gravel stones. It's really interesting because there's no other stones like this around in the area, on surface anyway, and I'm not really sure why these are here. But coincidentally, there seems to be a group of them going around in a circle. Now I don't know whether that means anything or not, or whether this is anything significant, and I'll probably never know. So we're right next to the edge of the contour, or the channel, and look how overgrown it is in the middle there. Just a nice little patch of Malam Mala. I'll take it back about the piles of gravel. There's another pile of gravel stone. Channel fairly well overgrown still. We do have one log across the track just up there. Alright, I've been following a bit of an animal track and it's crossed over. There's another one just down there going out into the bush. I'm actually on the channel spoil, so the dirt's been removed from the channel and then just piled up here. It's hard going. There's been a bushfire here some time ago and there's a lot of regrowth coming up, and there's a lot of rubbish in that channel which is hard to get through. Going to descend a little bit lower, straight through spider webs. Well, there's a bit of a blowout here. Whether this is intentional, so Monday Creek's down there and this channel is up here a little bit. So any water that was in here would leak out into the creek. Boy, this is a lot harder to follow than the contour channel with a nice track next to it. Old fence post, still with wire in it. Another fairly big fence post just here, and I can see a few more down that way. Now, a small change here. The channel is starting to shallow out. Swap sides again. And there's a bit of a curve or change in direction, just heading out that way now. And this is what I like to see. Just down there are all these big coffee rocks. They've been laid there, I guess, to protect the side of the wall from water rushing around. Looking back the way I've come, channel's that way, and just down here it's been filled in as if there was a road here once, and quite possibly there was, but it continues on down that way. Keep having a look ahead of me to see which is the best way. It was a bit overgrown there, so I'm going to head down the slope a little bit, and it might be a bit easier getting through here. Two more really old fence posts. What do you call these little spiders? Are they Christmas spiders or money spiders? They're the little funny ones with horns on them, yellow or greeny colour. A lot of them out here. Oh, Here's a road. More of these little pink flowers, and two more old fence posts. These fence posts are pretty high, at least 5 feet. There's 3 of them. Oh no, there's a whole row of fence posts here. This section here, the ground is sloping away fairly steeply just over there, and that wall is much higher than it has been in other places, so they've had to build it up to deal with the topography. And there's more gravel wall over there, so I'm just on the edge here. Going to avoid this tick haven. I'll just go around it, not going under it. Channel is a bit deeper here. I think the ground is starting to slope down towards where the dam might be. Right now we've got quite a few gravel rocks making the wall on this side. Goes on up here to this tree at least. Stop recording. You've probably got that. Somewhere down in there is probably a nest. Well, this channel is a lot more level and going through no valleys like the pipeline the other day. However, the overgrowth is very hard to walk through. A lot of it's dead, but the worst part is it's catching my feet and pulling my hips back. And I think those fuckers are about ready to break any tick of the clock. This is a bit of an unusual grass tree. Then when I look around, they're all unusual. They're actually grass ladies. And there seems to be a little forest of them just here. And some of them are quite high. I haven't got a banana for scale. There's a fence post down there. There's the fence post, and there's the grass tree behind me, so you can see how high that is. animal pads all through the bush here. One going up that way. Unfortunately, nothing going across this section of the channel. That would have made it a lot easier. I'm on the opposite side of the channel now, and this side was fenced as well. It's the first time I've seen a fence post on this side. Parts of the bush are becoming quite dense in through there where the channel is. Got a bit too hard to walk through there. The valley is becoming much steeper and goes further down there into the creek. The channel is here, and the berm on the downhill side is becoming large and protected by rocks. This would have been hard work cutting through here. I can't read that. A small saucer. Someone had a cup of tea here. I must have misread Google Earth when the distance said 1733 metres. Got an idea it might have said 17.33 kilometres. I've already walked close to 5 or 6 kilometres and there's no end in sight. So on the basis of diminishing returns, I'm going to head back to the car. I think that one day I'll have to do this again, be a bit more prepared and see what it looks like. It's 10 o'clock in the morning now and the temperature is already getting pretty hot. I hope you've enjoyed finding out a bit more about this little channel. It's part of our history. It's more lost engineering in the hills, and it makes you wonder how tough these guys were that built that stuff over 100 years ago. Anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Well, I've got back to the car almost, it's just up there. I made the smart decision to turn around when I did because I ran out of water just before getting into here, and it would have been a bit silly to go any further without extra water. Got water in the car, but not on my person. Anyway, the rest of that's for another day. See you next year. What I didn't realise was that I turned around about 300 metres short of the end of the channel.